Hiya! The lovely people at AO have sent me this rather funky looking coffee machine to review. As you can see, it's the Dolce Gusto Stelia EDG635W model. I couldn't ask for better service from AO. I absolutely love the fact that you could track delivery online and keep refreshing and see exactly where your driver is at any moment. Right, so I'll just show you first of all where the mug goes. So on this platform here, you can either have it, you can raise it up, so like so, you can move it up to here and your mug's up here closer to where the coffee comes out, or I'm going to be using a taller glass, so I'll place that down and obviously a taller one fits in like so. Right, on the back here we have the water chamber, which simply lifts off like so. Then you can empty it, refill it through the lid on the top. Right, let's get switched on through the button on the side, like so. So basically all you do is you pop the drawer up like this and choose which drink you fancy for today, which I'm going to go with the caramel latte, I think. Right, first of all what you do is you look on the box and it tells you up here you need a white and a dark pod. So a white and a dark. Right, and then what you do is you check on the numbers here and it tells you what level to put the machine on. So obviously the white needs a 5 and the dark needs a 2. So you place your pods into here, slide it in here, but you do have to be careful with there's a needle up here, so obviously be careful that you don't catch your fingers on it when you're putting the thing in, but you shouldn't do because it's quite out of the way. So right, we slide that back into here. Right, and to simply select which setting you need, which obviously the white was a 5, you slide this touch thing on here, up and down, right, 5, and then you press the hot water, which is the red one at the top, and watch the magic happen. As you can see, the white one's the milk ones, which comes out first. And different drinks often have different ways of doing it. So sometimes you need the darker one, or you know, depends on what drink it is. Right, so that's still flashing. So you wait till that stops flashing, like so. You take the drawer out, and then there's a nice handy little dispenser bin thing that comes with it here. Just tip it in, and then you need the next pod, which is the dark one. Pop it in, slide in, and that was a number 2. So we simply slide this down like this, touch screen, easy as anything. Oops, down to a number 2. Press red for hot water, and off you go. And you should see the magic happening now. There we go. Now I'd say, looking at the box on this, they're pretty accurate for how the picture looks. I am using a rather large glass, so it probably looks less than what it actually is in there. But I'm just using a super large glass because it's the only glass one I had to show you what the drink actually looks like, rather than like this, where you wouldn't actually see, you know, the liquid inside. Right, so when you're done, you obviously pop the next pod out, throw it away, pop the thing back in, and that's it, done. Now you have a lovely fresh caramel latte. One good thing I would say about this as well is there's been times when we forgot to take the pod out of here, and of course it's just carried on dripping and dripping, but this tray thing down here, as you can see, bit mucky where it's been dripping overnight, I think. yeah, you can, it drips into there, so obviously if you do accidentally forget to take your pod out, it doesn't matter because the drip tray catches it all, and yeah, all the liquid just builds up in there, and you can just clean that out, which obviously slides out nice and easy. But yeah, I'd say it's a fairly quiet machine, really fast and easy. To be honest, when we first said about getting a coffee machine, I was a bit apprehensive because I've never had one before. But yeah, I was given the chance by AO to review it, so thought I'd go ahead and do it. And to be honest, it tastes so much nicer than what you get from a kettle. You can just really taste the creaminess in the coffee, which I never thought, to be honest, I'd ever say. But I do actually love my coffee machine. So thank you, AO, and hope you've enjoyed watching my video.